Okay, good morning class. So we will start. Our topic for today is all about De Morgan's law for logic. But before that, we will read the objectives first. At the end of the discussion, the students will be able to first, discuss the De Morgan's law for logic and its rule. Second, apply De Morgan's law for logic. Okay, we will have an activity first. So, direction, guess the word. So, your answer will be pasted on the comment section. I will give you 30 seconds each item. Okay, next. Next. Okay. Next. Okay. So, the first answer is equivalent. The second word is logic. The third is statement. And the fourth is negation. Lastly, the word is De Morgan. So, who got the correct answer? Okay. So, let's continue. So, logic. What is logic? Since our subject is mathematics, we will study about logic in mathematics. So, logic in mathematics is the study of logic within mathematics. Major sub-areas include model theory, proof theory, set theory, and recursion theory. Research in mathematical logic commonly addresses the mathematical properties of formal systems of logic such as their expressive or deductive power. Okay, so logic is an interdisciplinary field which studies truth and reasoning. So informal logic seeks to characterize valid arguments informally, for instance, by listing varieties of fallacies. Formal logic represents statements and argument patterns symbolically using formal systems such as first-order logic. Next, the De Morgan's law for logic. So, who is De Morgan? Augustus De Morgan was a British mathematician and logician. He formulated De Morgan's laws and introduced the term mathematical induction, making its idea rigorous. Okay, so this is Augustus De Morgan. So, this is the rule in De Morgan's law for logic. For any statements P and Q, the statement not P or Q is logically equivalent to not P and not Q. So the second statement, the statement not P and Q is logically equivalent to not P or not Q. Okay, for you to understand what I'm telling here is, we will have an example. I pay taxes and I vote. Since our statement is positive, we will negate it to make negative. So let P for I pay taxes and let Q for I vote. So the negation is I don't pay taxes. In order to make the P negative or negate it, the positive, we will negate it to negative. So, we will add don't. And since we use and connective, we will negate it So, the and, we will negate it into or. So, we will use or here. And I vote, we negate I vote, it will become I don't vote in order to make the statement negative. So, our answer here is I don't pay taxes or I don't vote. So, from the statement I pay taxes and I vote, it becomes I don't pay taxes or I don't vote. Do you understand? Okay, we will proceed to another example. So the statement, I will go to party or I will go to church. So, our first statement here is I will go to party. Let P. Or, our connective here is or. And the second statement, I will go to church. Since our statement is positive, we will negate it to make negative. So the negation is, I will not go to party for not P. We will add not in order to make the statement negative. And we will use and because the logical connective here is or. And if the statement uses or, in the negation it will become and. I will not go to church for the negation of Q. So, from the statement, I will go to party or I will go to church, the negation is I will not go to party and I will not go to church. Okay, let's proceed. So, the statement is eating unhealthy foods and exercise regularly. As you notice in our statement, the P here, the statement P here is negative because it is unhealthy. So, if we negate the negative, it becomes, the negation of this statement is eating healthy foods or we will use here and connective. So, it becomes or. And exercise regularly, it will become not exercise regularly. So the negation of this statement, eating unhealthy foods and exercise regularly, it will become eating healthy foods or not exercise regularly. Okay, do you get it? Very good. So let's proceed to another example. The statement, I will read the story or I will not watch the movie. From this statement, if we apply the rules of De Morgan's law for negation, it will become I will not read the story and I will watch the movie. Because from this statement, it is positive. I will read the story. So, if we negate the positive, it will become negative. So, the negation is I will not. So, because of this word not, it becomes negative. I will not read the story. And since we use here and or connective or logical connective, so it becomes in the negation in the rules for De Morgan's law for logic, it will become and. So we use and. I will not watch the movie. So if we negate this statement, it will become I will watch the movie. So from this statement, I will not read the story or I will not watch the movie, the negation is I will not read the story and I will watch the movie. Okay. Let's proceed to another example. So, the statement, I will proceed to college or I will find a job. So, our P here is I will proceed to college or, which is our logical connective, I will find a job. So, in the rule of De Morgan's law for logic and negation, we will negate this statement. So, the statement not P or Q is logically equivalent to not P and not Q. So, the P here, I will proceed to college, it becomes I will not proceed to college. And Since we use or connective here, we will use and for the negation. I will find a job, it will become I will not find a job. So, our answer here or our final negation, I will not proceed to college and I will not find a job. Okay, so let's proceed to another example. Okay, for this statement, teaching is a noble profession and I am flexible. So in this statement, we use the connective word and. And if we apply the rules for negation of the Morgan's law for logic, it will become teaching is not a noble profession or I am not flexible. Because from this statement, the positive for our P, teaching is a noble profession, it is a positive, it will become negative. So, teaching is not a noble profession. And we use here an and connective, so it becomes or from our rule. So, from the word I am flexible, in the negation, if we apply the rules for logic of De Morgan, it becomes I am not flexible. So, from this statement, teaching is a noble profession and I am flexible, it becomes teaching is not a noble profession or I am not flexible. So, do you understand? Very good. So, let's have a quiz. I will give you 30 minutes for answering this. Use the De Morgan's law to write negation for these statements. Your time starts now. Okay, time is up. So let's answer these statements using the De Morgan's law to write negation. The first, I will do my homework or I will go to sleep. So, the negation will become I will not do my homework, and since we are using here an or connective, so it will become and I will not go to sleep. So from this positive statement, it will become negative. I will not do my homework and I will not go to sleep. Okay, for number 2, I misunderstand the example given or I don't get the correct answer. So since our statement here is negative, we will negate it to make positive. So the negation is I understand from the word misunderstand. So from the negative, it will become positive. So I understand the example given, and because we will use here an or connective, it will become and. I get the correct answer. From the statement, I don't get the correct answer, it will become I get the correct answer. Okay, for number 3, cats are friendly and dogs are funny. So, since our statement here is positive, we will negate it to make the statement negative. So, cats are not friendly. So, this is our first statement. Cats are friendly. And we will negate it. It becomes cats are not friendly. And since we use here an and connective, here we will use or to negate. And the statement dogs are funny, it becomes dogs are not funny. So, from the positive, it becomes negative. Next, studying is necessary or I am hard worker. So the statement here is positive. So we will negate it. It becomes studying is not necessary. So the statement here is negative. And we will use and because from the statement above we use or connective. So it becomes and I am not a hard worker. From the positive I am a hard worker, it becomes I am not a hard worker. So number 5, I will go to school or I will find a job. So the negation for this statement, it becomes I will not go to school and I will not find a job. From the positive, I will go to school, it becomes negative. I will not go to school. And as I said earlier, if the statement uses or connective, in the negation, it becomes and. From the statement here, I will find a job, so it is positive. In negation, it becomes I will not find a job. Okay, do you understand? Okay, so do you have any questions regarding to our topic, which is all about the De Morgan's law for logic? Okay, I think there is no question. So that would be all for today's meeting. Please open your camera for my documentation. Black Mayor, can you please take a picture of the screen and send it to me later? You can leave now the classroom. Thank you.